You've been in the factory, chipping and dipping and packing and shipping.
Yeah.
Dang,
It's all that Rhyme and Simon stuff.
That was
You
pretty
did real
good.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I hope we caught that.
This is Beyond the Moon, a Ditch Witch podcast where we dig deep into news, job site stories, Ditch Witch culture, and all the other dirt that makes up the industry.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Moon, a podcast by Ditch Witch. I'll be your fearless leader today, Sean Hubbard. I'm joined by my buddy and colleague, Marty Piel.
Good morning, Sean.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. And we're going to jump right in because Marty's got stories galore. He's got Ed Malzahn stories. He's got part stories. He's traveled the world. I think I heard a rumor you've been to potentially all 50 states.
Many times.
Many times. That's awesome.
Throw 46 countries in, and it's it's a career.
It's a career, no doubt. So we're going to jump right in. And you and I were talking the other day. So you have your roots in Perry. Were you born in Perry?
Yeah. Born in Perry, but only there briefly.
Okay.
9 days old, we moved to Baton Rouge.
That is briefly, 9 days.
Yeah. My father had gotten his bachelor's degree at OU.
Okay.
We went there. He worked for Shell Oil Company for a while, and then went to Tulane University for his master's. And so we lived around New Orleans, and from there we went to Vancouver, Canada, where he got his PhD, and then to Southern California, where he was a paleontologist.
Wow.
Found an awful lot of the oil that the world uses today. So,
Yeah. He just found it. Does he get to collect on any of it?
No, that's a sad thing.
Yeah.
There was a time I thought we'd be filthy rich. It just didn't pan out.
Yeah, no, I got you. So all that traveling around, graduated, I think, from Perry High School.
Did just like Ed Malzahn did.
Okay.
So he graduated in 1939. I graduated in 1976.
Oh, yeah.
Another bicentennial. So it's a patriotic thing. So it's a good time to join the Air Force.
Yeah, no doubt. So joined the Air Force and then ended up at Ditch Witch. Like, when did you start at Ditch Witch? Why did you want to join at Ditch Witch? Like, what was your entry into Orange Iron?
Absolutely didn't want to be there.
Okay.
So I thought coming out of the Air Force that you could just walk into Ditch Witch and get a job. I mean, you're in Perry, Oklahoma, a town of 5,500 people. You just walk in and they hire you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't quite that easy.
Okay.
But did get in. And my first job was a really glamorous job,
wow.
Sean. Yeah, I chipped slag off of welds.
Oh, the
so
old
all day
slag
long
chipper.
with a hammer and it's lovely. But one day I noticed a friend of mine from high school ride by on a bike in some nice jeans and a pressed button-up shirt, and I stopped Steve and asked him where he worked, and he worked in the parts department.
Oh, okay.
I said that's for me.
Yeah,
I got to do that.
I could do that.
And as I walked over to them on that first day, they say, "Oh no, you don't work here. You work over there."
Like, yeah, nice try, Marty.
Over there was a pot of liquid urethane that we would dip idler shafts that hold the sprockets on the end of booms.
Oh, yeah?
And we would dip the threads in those so that they were protected. And if you can imagine, you've moved from chipping to dipping in polyurethane. Another glamorous job.
Oh, yeah, so you're chipper to a dipper.
Yeah. I never thought of it like that.
Well, that's the only way to think about it now.
Well, now, in retrospect.
That's right.
Now.
Yeah.
8 years and 3 job postings later, I got the opportunity to be a customer service representative.
Oh, okay. So that was a little different. You've been in the factory, chipping and dipping and packing and shipping.
Yeah.
Dang,
it's all that Rhyme and Simon stuff.
That was
you
pretty
did real
good.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I hope we caught that clear. I want to make sure that makes it. That was really good. And now you're a little bit more customer facing. What was that experience like? I mean, you'd been behind the scenes doing the hard work, the nitty gritty stuff, and now you're talking to people and solving problems. Was that an issue for you or an easy transition?
Yeah, it's something that I wanted to do, but I never really felt comfortable talking in front of people. And then the next thing you know, you're in front of customers.
Right.
And you've got that chance to represent us. And I think one of the things you try to hold in your heart is that you represent 1,500 families out in that manufacturing plant.
Definitely.
And as long as you can hold that in your heart and your mind and do what's best for them, I think it works great.
Yep. So now you are. What is your title?
So I'm a senior regional parts manager.
Okay.
And I handled the all of the corporate accounts too.
Is that when you started traveling outside of, military stuff?
Yeah, I think that the traveling came as we started to move to try to educate our parts people more in the field.
Okay.
And to get them out from behind the counter, because the thought that customers are going to come in and buy from you, I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I think that you've got to be out there and you've got to touch them. You've got to have a relationship with them. We did a lot of factory parts schools in different countries.
Okay.
So you've got a parts program that goes from bronze level, silver level, gold level, and beyond. And if we did it in a different country in Europe each year, then it would bring people from other countries.
Okay.
And that would spur the opportunity to go and work with them and call on customers.
Right.
And so, those 46 countries ranged from most of Europe to South Africa to Turkey, Israel, over to South America, Central America, and Australia. And it was just it's a big world. I don't think you ever get tired of seeing it.
Yeah. I think I've been to 2.
Well, okay, so I'm here with you. You go somewhere with me.
Yeah, that's a deal.
We'll go somewhere.
I'll go ahead and pencil that in that we're going to find somewhere.
Is there a time that works good for you?
Yeah, I'll check. I'll have my people call your people.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you get to do all these fun, they're not all fun probably, but some traveling and selling parts, which is a key component for what Ditch Witch does. You also have the opportunity, do you want to call it that?
Okay.
To be a little bit of face of the company when we bring people in, and we have something called the Heritage Center in downtown Perry. Can you first tell me what the Heritage Center is and just kind of what we talk about when we're showing people that facility? And then how did you become the guy to do that?
Yeah, that's quite a story. So the Heritage Center is in downtown Perry, and it's where Carl and Anna Malzahn came in 1902. That'd be Ed's grandparents.
Yep.
And Carl was a blacksmith, and he opened a blacksmith shop right on that, just off the southeast corner of the square. And he and his family lived above the Heritage Center.
Yeah.
So Ed actually had a bedroom that looked out into the shop where he could watch his father work. Now, his grandfather, working at the anvil one day, early 1900s, has a piece of steel chip off, sticks him in the stomach, which isn't a real big deal. Didn't hurt him bad.
Yeah.
But there weren't any antibiotics at the time, and weeks later he dies from an infection. And his sons, Charlie and Gus, take over the business.
Okay.
So early on, it's Gus A., Malzahn, and Bro, and they eventually get together and become Malzahn brothers. In the 20s, they discover oil in the Three Sands oil field there north of Perry, and they transition from a blacksmith shop to a machine shop.
Okay.
And that's kind of really where we get going.
Right.
So we have a lot of pictures of the land run, September 16th, 1893, how that part of Oklahoma was settled.
Yep.
And then we talk about famous lawmen that brought law and order to the area, and then the early Perry. So Ed's did a marvelous job putting that Heritage Center together. There's a theater where the local Stagecoach Theater can put on plays. If politicians come to town, we can meet there. There's a meeting room there along with a museum.
That's cool. It's a really cool facility, and we love to show it off. And the museum you talked about, it's got all kinds of Ed inventions in there, scissor lift type things, Geronimo and the early drill, or early trenchers, everything. Sure. It's really a cool thing. So if you ever get an opportunity to come to Perry and want to check it out, I'm sure Marty could give you a tour of it and go into some detail. But it is interesting. I think Ed used to give those tours, right?
He did. Him giving a tour, especially if you were an older time Ditch Witch employee, was magical. Yeah. Because you always got some personal stories about Ed or his father or Mary and if we veer off a little bit, Ed wanted to design and build airplanes. I mean, he's a 39 graduate of Perry High and a 43 graduate of Oklahoma A&M or Oklahoma State University now. And he wants to design and build planes. And he actually goes to Oklahoma City after graduation and works for McDonnell Douglas. Okay. But unfortunately for him, About as soon as he gets there and they know that his family has a machine shop, instead of realizing the dream to design and build airplanes, he's the foreman of the machine shop.
Right.
So you fast forward a few years, and it's the end of World War II, and his dad has a lot of government contracts. And he calls Ed and he says, hey, would you come home? Would you consider coming home and helping us with this? Because the business is crazy. We need your help. And
right.
Ed, being the good son that he was, he did.
Yeah.
And one day, it was warm summer day, 1948, he's looking out the back door of that Heritage Center. And there were big Cleveland wheel trenchers put the main lines in, water, sewer, whatever, down the middle of the street. But to get to a home from that main line or to a business, that service trench had to be dug with a pick and shovel. And he saw a couple of plumbers' helpers out there digging that, and he thought there must be a better way. And he starts to scale that big machine down into something that you and I could use to put that service line in.
Right.
And that industry was born that affects people around the world, whether it's water, sewer, gas, fiber, power. We Ditch Witch, Ed Malzahn, helped bring that to the world.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
crazy.
big time.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So about giving those tours.
Yeah.
So one day I get a call from Ed's secretary, and she says, hey, Ed wants you to be his backup at the Heritage Center. So if he's got an appointment or a meeting or something,
right,
you could fill in for
we need to
him.
have somebody on deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I don't know that I've ever even been in there, but if that's what he wants me to do, I'm happy to do it.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So she said, as luck would have it, he's going to be giving a tour today at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if you'd like, you can meet him down there and kind of follow him around and see how that goes. You can get the ins and outs. And I go down, I get there probably 1:45, and he pulls up in his car, and I'm sitting in my pickup. And he goes to the door, and I follow him like the good puppy dog up to the door.
That's right.
And he unlocks it, and he turns to me, and he tosses me the keys. And he goes, you got this, kid. And he drives off, and a bus pulls up.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I got what?
A bunch of people are getting off. At any rate, so and that's how that started. The busload of people pulls up, comes in, and you're swimming now.
Yeah.
You learn the Heritage Center, but it's a joy now because of Ed and Mary Malzahn were so good to us. We wouldn't be the organization we are. We wouldn't have the success personally and business if it hadn't been for them and their vision.
Yeah, call them the head sprocket for a reason, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So we were talking to the other day, and I know you just have a library of Ed stories, and one that I thought was funny and kind of speaks to his business mind a little bit, and being busy and being productive, and we got to do things the right way, that type of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You told me about a story about a guy he saw that seemed like he needed something to do, maybe a truck driver or something. I was hoping you could share that real quick.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. So Ed loved to be out in the plant.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he was an inventor, an entrepreneur, an actual genius.
Right.
All the things that he invented. And he would go out and he would show up anywhere. I mean, if you were running a machine or doing something, you could turn around and he'd be right there.
Yeah.
So he heads out into the plant one day, and as he's going through the east brake area, there's a guy sitting on a bench.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. And he asked him, he said, you got anything to do? No.
Yeah. No.
And Ed went on, and sometime later he came back, and the guy's still sitting there. He said, you still don't have something to do? No. Come with me.
Oh,
And
I'll find you something to do.
So they go back to accounting, and he says, we're going to cut him a check. He's out of here.
We're going to fire him
we're
on the
going to
spot.
fire him right now.
Wow.
And he always can't seem to find anything to do.
Yeah.
And they said, Ed, he doesn't work for us. He's a truck driver that brought some stuff. He's actually waiting on a check from us, and then he'll be going. So
He's like, hey, get out of here or do something, one of the two.
yeah, it's neat stories.
Yeah.
Stay busy.
No, you've got a bunch of them, and we'll probably have to have you back on season 4, season 5, season
Sure,
12.
we'll tell some more.
Yeah, we've got a bunch that we can kind of get into, but I did want to ask, with your 47 years of experience, I know you have a patent on
On the Shark 2 digging chain.
Shark 2 digging chain, which is arguably the most popular digging chain in the world, or at least the tooth. So that may be in your bias here, but I did want to ask, in your 47, going on 48 years of experience at Ditch Witch, what is your favorite machine that we've ever released, or has had the biggest impact, or the one you were most excited about?
Wow, that's tough. A lot of things are happening now. If you look on the American auger side at the 600,
yeah,
it seems like it practically sets itself up. When it used to take days to set one of those big drills up.
It's like a transformer.
But if you get right down to it, and when you're going to be engaged with customers and talk about their lives and their experience, their business, it has to be probably the pedestrian line, either that or the SKs.
Yeah,
because they help people get so many things done.
They're pretty versatile.
And so, yeah, whether that's rental business or landscape or whoever's out there,
yeah,
there's so many opportunities to do so many things with that versatile equipment.
Yeah,
you can always throw the super witch in, or you can,
that's pretty cool. Everybody loves
the
super witch.
Big stuff. It's exciting that we make a product line that is so broad and encompasses so many pieces of the job site that we pretty well can do it gate to gate, whatever somebody would need.
You can do it all. Own the job site, right?
Got to own it.
There you go. Awesome, Marty. Well, I appreciate you coming over here to Tulsa to talk with us today. I think you're probably hitting the road here shortly, so I appreciate the time.
Yep. Glad to be here with you. Thank you for having me, Sean.
Absolutely. Hey, all you guests, thanks for watching today. We will be back as soon as we can with the next guest. And if you have any requests or you want to hear some Ed stories, just let us know. Drop us a comment, and we'll try to fulfill your wishes. Thanks a lot. See ya.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Beyond the Moon. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform and follow us on social media at Ditch Witch.